Hey everybody, this is Rapid Sports with Jax with the J to the A to the X to the X.com. Go over to the website. How we doing today? New York Jets football. It's time to figure out what they're going to do against the Patriots because this is a big game. Big game. Especially when you have Buffalo losing and Miami winning. You get a couple chances to play Miami and Buffalo, and it's not unusual. It's unusual. It seems like Buffalo's at the dungeon right now. But it turns out that whoever loses this game between the Jets and Patriots, one of them is guaranteed to be in last place. And I've kind of weighed all the angles that I think. I mean, Jets got a punter coming in there, so that'll be help, even though Amendola did a good job taking place, so they replaced that. They have a couple people coming in there, Avery Williamson, which is kind of, we know, so we'll see how that goes. But it all comes down to one thing with the Jets. I think this defense is actually pretty good, even with the injuries. And as they get injury players coming back, they'll be better and better. And they're still kind of looking around for somebody to add that spark. But I think the defense showed, though. I mean, it was one bad play. And considering how much they were on the field early, I think if they get a little rest and the offense does a little better, then the defense will be a little bit more rested. So I think the defense is okay here. Plus, New England has a rookie quarterback themselves, and they're not a high-scoring team. They're just not. So I think the Jets' defense are going to keep the Jets in this game regardless. So you know who I'm going to pick on right now. It doesn't take too much to figure that one out. This offensive line was garbage. That was unbelievable how bad that they could play. It looked like they never had a spring training and they never played at all. And I know Becton got hurt in spring training, so he never was really a part of the team that too much. I mean, he was there in practice and everything, but the coordination was good. They played no games together. Now, the only thing that saves us now is we have Moses, and they're going to move Font over to, I believe it's left tackle and Moses to right. So if they do that, that is actually how they practice most of the camp, of football camp, which may help them. And I hope they don't play as bad, but they are playing against New England, and you know New England knows this. But there were times last year, and some of these guys are on the line, and some of these same guys are still on the line, where the Jets did play okay on the offensive line. I remember they beat Los Angeles, they beat the Raiders last year. They won a couple of decent games because of their offensive line, but they could never let Wilson get hit this much and running around. And I have confidence from what the little bit I've seen in the receiving core, because Davis looked good like we thought he would, or let me rephrase that, hoped he would. Mims even got in there. He looks like he can play. They maybe have to work some stuff out. The tight ends look pretty good. So the Jets look like they have some receivers that might be able to get open. It looks like Crowder is coming back, which is going to be good. So you have that guy up the middle, the safety valve. And he, I think, in the end will be the safety valve in the long run, because now when you're looking for Davis, you can have him come across the middle. But you need time. And that's what the offensive line's got to give them, time and some kind of a running game. I mean, that's bad. They broke a couple runs late, and I'm saying the longest one was 10 yards in the game when they finally woke up a little bit. And unfortunately, it seemed like it was after Becton kind of left, and then they went back to what they were practicing. And I'm not blaming anything on Becton, don't get me wrong, because I think he's having more injury problems and maybe weight problems than we thought he was. But the big part of the Jets and how the Jets are going to go this year is the offensive line. And that's like the neighbors, the Giants. You keep hearing about how bad their offensive line is. And we've heard about it for the last 3 or 4 years. If you don't fix your offensive line, your team is not going to be good. Your quarterback's going to run out. Penalties are going to be hit at the wrong time, which happened in this game as usual. So the whole key is, can the Jets' offensive line and the Patriots do this? And you have to have a little bit of a different strategy against the Patriots. Patriots are the one team that always seem to get a deflected pass, interception, or a ball. Always seems to end up in their hands because somebody tipped it, a receiver just tipped it or missed it or whatever. Jets, if they're going to throw on the Patriots, throw over them. so they can't get intercepted. Throw to the sideline, so you can use the sideline as help. Throw in front of them, dump some screens. Try to keep the ball out the middle. I mean, don't not ever throw it in the middle, but try to keep the ball in the middle so they don't get those little deflected passes. I really believe it's not even the fact that I think the Jets have some more skilled people on offense, and if the offensive line can fight back, and they better fight back, because if you play decent against this New England defense with Belichick running the show there, then maybe we'll call that first game okay. They weren't coordinated enough. They weren't used to each other. But they can't do that twice and have their quarterback sacked 6 times. One time he got hit so hard you can feel his head bouncing off the ground. I looked at that and I'm like, he's not coming back on the field. But Wilson was tough, showed some toughness. And he's not a big, huge guy like some of the other quarterbacks in this league. So the Jets better know what they're doing here and protect them. I mean, I'm not even worried about rookie of the year or anything like that. He'd be lucky if he makes the 6th or 7th game at this point. But I'm going to take it, and I'm going to hope the Jets' offensive line is not that bad. And if it seems like I'm putting pressure on the offensive line, I am. Because none of the rest of this stuff works if they don't do their job. And I think they will, and I hope they will. The defense should keep New England from scoring a high amount of points, and I think the Jets can actually win this game. And we'll see how it goes. First home game, maybe it will juice up everybody on the team, especially the offensive line, and they know they're going to be watched this week, especially when you have a young quarterback that most of the people are looking at it, or even non-Jet fans are looking just to see what they do, and they don't want to be embarrassed and give up another 6 sacks. But we'll see how it goes with the Jets, and we'll end the show here. There's Rapping Sports with Jax for the J to the A to the X and X.com. Hey, if you get a chance, throw a like for me. Can always leave a comment. I'll respond back to you as quick as I can. And until next time, talk.